the Valley of Eternal Light. Long ago, beyond distant mountains and silent seas, there existed a valley where light never faded. The sun rose gently each morning, the moon shone softly each night, and stars hovered close to the earth like glowing flowers in the sky. Trees whispered secrets to the wind, rivers sparkled with silver reflections, and the air itself carried magic. This valley was protected by an ancient light that lived inside a crystal mountain. The light did not belong to anyone, yet it belonged to everything. It warmed the soil, guided the winds, and gave life to every living thing. As long as the light shone, harmony ruled the land. But over time, the valley forgot the value of this gift. People became busy with their own desires. They cut trees without planting new ones. They wasted water without thinking of tomorrow. They stopped listening to the wind and watching the stars. Slowly, the crystal mountain began to dim. The sky turned pale. Flowers lost their glow. Birds stopped singing at dawn. One night, darkness crept into the valley for the first time. Fear spread like cold mist. Fires were lit in every home, yet the darkness did not leave. The river no longer reflected the moon, and shadows moved strangely among the hills. The valley searched for answers, but none could explain what had happened. It was then that the wind began to speak again. "Light is not lost," the wind whispered. "It is only waiting to be remembered." So the valley listened. The earth felt the footsteps of those who walked gently again. Seeds were planted where trees had fallen. Water was shared instead of wasted. Songs were sung to the sky, just as in the old days. The river was clean, and the hills were cared for. Each act of kindness created a tiny spark. These sparks floated upward like fireflies and gathered around the crystal mountain. Slowly, the mountain glowed brighter. The stars returned to their places. The moon smiled again upon the river. But the valley learned something important. The light did not live only inside the mountain. It lived in every caring action, every helping hand, and every voice that chose harmony over fear. From that day onward, the valley celebrated a night called the Festival of Light. No one carried torches of fire. Instead, they carried lanterns made from glass and leaves, filled with soft, glowing stones. They walked together, remembering that light grows only when it is shared. And so the valley remained bright not because of magic alone, but because the world within it had changed. Darkness still visited sometimes, as it does everywhere, but it never stayed long. The wind would whisper again, the stars would shine again, and the land would remember what it had learned. Thus the valley lived on, wrapped in quiet wonder, guided by light that came not from power, but from care, balance, and unity. Moral of the fairy tale: light returns when kindness, respect for nature, and unity replace fear and neglect.